Okay. Hey guys, welcome everybody to 6 o'clock on the Pacific Coast. And I just thank you for joining us and taking the time um, to learn more about what this amazing patching um, technology is all about and learning more about healing your body with light technology. So I'm going to share my screen and we will go ahead and get started. Hmm. All right. Is everybody seeing that okay? Some thumbs up? Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm super excited to share with you this technology. I've been doing a lot of research about health and wellness and what that means. And definitely, it's very heartbreaking to me to see this number. Two-thirds of our um, planet will die from something avoidable. And that just breaks my heart. So I've been studying about um, blue zones and what health really is and finding out about true health. And that's really what this company is all about, is helping people live their best lives. So, all right, sorry. Trying to figure out how to advance the slides in this format. Okay, so what we're talking about is our phototherapy technology. There is no drugs, there's no chemicals, there's nothing going into the body, but your own reflected light. That means that there's no negative side effects and no drug interactions. This is important because a lot of people ask, will this interact with what I'm currently taking? And the answer is no. But if you stay on it long enough, you may not need it, but we're never going to tell you that you do need to get your doctor involved. So just want to make sure that you guys know that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. So it's very important to seek your own medical professional for advice and consult your doctor. Um, and with your questions and concerns. Um, it keeps changing how I advance. Okay. In a little bit, I'll put in a health tracker. When we talk about making changes in the body with light, it's very important to write down, where are you now? We recommend that you take photos of your face or wounds or scars or different things. Like, you need to be able to track what these patches are doing, and some of the results may surprise you. I just got off the phone with someone who his doctors are very surprised. He's had over 20 surgeries for skin cancer, and his healthcare professionals are very thrilled with the 2 months that he's been on the patches. And I asked him at the beginning of this journey to please document it with photos. But if you have blood pressure concerns or different concerns, please document those things. You've got to get your baseline and your starting point before you start patching, and then continue tracking. So we're going to be talking about stem cell technology, and that's can be a pretty come with a hefty price tag. And we can talk about PRP, which is taking your own blood and harvesting these stem cells out of it, replicating them, and then re-injecting them back into your body, which is very painful, invasive, and expensive. Not as expensive as flying out of the country, and hopefully getting some ethically sourced cord blood stem cells injected. And that usually they do have they're very efficient at helping people with their issues, but they're not your DNA. There are side effects, or can be side effects. The results aren't guaranteed, and it is extremely painful. So I'm like to try options that are affordable, that are less invasive, and could possibly get similar results. So that's what we do. So I would love to, and we have somebody on the East Coast joining us. I met Robert a few weeks ago at our Team Evolve event in Florida, and I would like to invite Robert to unmute, and we're just going to have him share because it's 9 p.m. where he is. So please, Robert, share us super briefly, because I know you are passionate and excited about this, but we got to keep the story shortish. So
Absolutely. That's always a problem, keeping the story short. I mean, we can talk all day. So my name is Robert. I'm currently living in Boca Raton, Florida. Beautiful, sunny. The ocean was like a lake this weekend. Absolutely amazing. I have not been up towards Washington yet, but I will get there. Originally from New York. Yeah, so April 15th, April 1st, actually, I got in a car accident. I was always in a lot of pain. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I've had major accidents and surgeries, exploratory, hand, finger, elbow. I had dual carpal tunnel surgery, stress, anxiety, blood pressure, hypertension, pre-diabetic, you name it. I still got to get some blood tests so I can see what the results are looking like. But my main thing is my friend Bill and I have been in a personal development community for years. And we were talking, and I says, man, I got into an accident April 1st, totaled my car, spun me around. My chest was in a lot of pain, inflamed, like really deep bruising. My shoulders actually looked crooked. I had seatbelt mark. I couldn't do anything, pick anything up, utensils, using drills at work, like bending over a tire shoe, getting dressed was excruciating. Like you get punched in the chest every day. So I was talking to Bill and he says, hey, I have a way I can help you. And I says, well, what do you got? 'Cause I'm hurting here. So we talked and he says, yeah, 2 months ago, I got on these patches and he had a 2-inch incision for some cancer thing he removed. And he said, I went back in 2 weeks and the scar was gone. And a lot of things are changing for me health wise. And I feel great. I says, oh man, I says, I can use something like that. So he put me on a call with Dr. Stacy and I listened about it. And I saw all these testimonials and then Telegram. I'm like, really? I was like, these people have a lot of health things and they're clearing up. I was like, this is real. I was like, I need this. So he set me up with it. I went to work on Monday the 15th. On Tuesday the 16th, they came Tuesday night, rough days. I do mechanical work. I build industrial water pumps while working on the business. And I wore out the cartilage in my thumbs. I got cortisone and they were extremely painful, swollen, looked like catcher's mitts. Very hard to do anything. Picking up a water bottle, I wanted to cut my fingers off. That's how bad it was. Yeah, horrible. So I got Monday, Tuesday, really sore at work, barely do anything. Go to work on Wednesday with 39 and Eon. Wow, different day. Still hurting, but not as much. Felt a lot better. The pain from that injury, normally 6 to 12 weeks, healing. In 4 weeks, they don't really have pain meds anymore. They gave me an injection for ibuprofen, which really did nothing. So probably within 4 weeks after the patches, I was back to 100%. And that really sped up my recovery. And I can tell each day that I'm getting better. My hands are less swollen, less pain, more strength, more energy. I was sleeping better. Um, my dog likes to sleep in the bed, so I end up like on the edge when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, ow, my back hurts. And it would last through the day and I would sleep horrible. Now on the patches, I wake up in the morning, I'm full of energy, and if I do have a little ache, I put it on, go to work, and gone. Um, Stress, anxiety, depression, everything lowered, energy up. I lost weight. Just last month, I lost 8 pounds. I was on X49. So that was super. My girlfriend's on it as well. Her gums stopped bleeding. Her restless legs calmed down. She slept better. She had better gains in the gym. Blood pressure lowered. So we've been doing really well. It helped me to heal a lot of things. I'm waiting for it to heal this. I got a deviated septum. My nose is really dry because I got sleep apnea. I know a lot of people have healed from that. I'm waiting for that, but it's going to take some time. Right now, the primary thing is it's healing my pain. So I'm looking to move out of this job of mechanics so it'll heal faster and then it can get to other things. But I have more mental clarity and life has just been way different. And I think last month we were off for like a couple of days while the patches were in shipping, and we noticed a difference and says, "Oh man, I need these." As soon as they came back next day, boom, right back. It's like feel exactly the same. Last month I decided to, well, let me get up Eon and try 49. Bad idea. Eon worked wonders. 49 helped me lose weight, increase strength, grip strength. Like at work, I was like a beast all day. And not having the Eon, she's like, I noticed that, now you complain about pain a little bit and you seem more stressed. And I was like, yeah, a little bit. And then after not being on Eon for the month, and then I wasn't on 39 for 2 weeks, as we were placing an order and a little bit of budget and stuff. So we just got back on yesterday. And she's like, I felt more clarity today, more energy, no pain. We decided to put Eon on last night, like over here. Woke up without headaches. I put them on both hands. I doubled it. And just from sleeping to waking up this morning, I had an 80% improvement and they barely hurt now. So we're going to try the nights. She's on SP6 and tomorrow I'm starting carnosine and glutathione as well. I want to see how that works for me. But yeah, we did notice a big difference and just putting them on today, boom, like that. My energy, calm at work, easy day, sharper. And she agreed. Well, I don't want to be off them. So if you are on 39 and Eon, it's amazing. Absolutely stay on Eon. If you have any inflammation and stress, absolutely amazing. And I'll be on these forever. Most of the time when I
Awesome.
met Cami, everybody thought I was 30. You can tell better when I have a clean shave. I look younger, but I'm actually 48. I know I don't really look like it, so I would like to stay young and healthy. But the time that I was pain free, I haven't been pain free in 48 years. And the last 2 months, I didn't feel it. Every day I felt like I got hit by a freight train and it lasted. And now I feel like I'm great. Somebody's like, you just got hit by a train. I'm like, oh, didn't the wind blow? I didn't even feel it. And it's really a big difference. It's nice to not have pain. But if you're not
Absolutely.
on them, absolutely get on them. It's going to change your life. And if you are on them, I hope everybody's having amazing results and stay on them and we can all heal together. But thank you for the opportunity again. I think it's helping me to get a little bit more comfortable on the calls and giving my testimonials. So, if there's anything else you want to know, let me know and hope that helps out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't introduce Robert properly. Robert is a Marine, well, retired Marine, right? But once a Marine, always a Marine,
Yeah, veteran.
right?
You have an ex-wife, you have an ex-girlfriend, but you never ex-Marine, you never ex-military. You guys
No.
are with you for life.
So thank you. Thank you for your service. I know that that's
I
never
appreciate
easy on your body either, right? So
it. We
I'm
need to help a lot
super,
of things.
yeah, yeah. So I appreciate you coming. You are welcome to stay, hang out with us, enjoy the rest of the call. But I just want to honor your time. I know it's a lot later for you than it is for us on the Pacific Coast. So you're
No,
welcome to hang out
absolutely.
with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Does anybody else have a story that they would like to share real quick? Results that they're getting or have? Jose, welcome. I'm glad to see you on the call, sir. So Robert, Jose is a veteran as well. So yeah, are you too, Jeff? Awesome. Welcome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you all for your service. That's an
I
honor.
don't know if you want any comments on me.
Sure, go for it, Marion.
Well, my wife had came up with what do you call it? Shingles. And I thought it was very interesting since they somehow had prepared the shingles vaccination so soon. Anyway, she had great pain and all over. I think you know about that, don't you? She had told me about that. And uh, the ice wave, uh, which did a great job on the pain issues involved in that, spreading those across the pain area, and it's a two patch system, and then also the Aeon and X39, and she alternates carnosine with glutathione, and she works, she's still working, so that's a little hard for her to put it up where, up in here where it really should be. But she puts it kind of in almost the same place as the carnosine, and I imagine that's fine. It's on that meridian anyway, and uh, it doesn't like that. For me, I've got a lot of as you know, I have a lot of issues. Well, I guess I shouldn't mention the issues, but I have a lot of singularly devastating issues. Plus I had a dentist who said, "Oh, poo-poo on the mercury thing," and because of that, he didn't have uh, filtering systems and stuff, and so he just removed a whole bunch of stuff. We just bored them out of my teeth, and there was mercury flying everywhere. I got a ton of mercury in my system. I started to try to do some mercury detox, and it about knocked me out. But anyway, so I I really haven't been able to get rid of that. So the glutathione patches with the slow detoxification, I'm sure is going to be of assistance to me. I don't know where I am right now on that, but I have had heart attack issues and stuff like that. So the carnosine and stuff like that, I'm hoping for that to be a boon, plus the glutathione issues itself. So what I have had though is better sleep. I've been using the Alvera, right? Is that
Alavida.
Alavida?
Mhm.
And we've been using that, and that does help me to sleep. Um, and sleep is a big issue with me. I haven't slept more than 2 hours in
Mm.
50, 60 years about, and I'm 80, so it's it's a big issue.
That's a
And
big deal.
and so it's helped me to sleep. I think some other issues keep me. I have to get up at night too often, and that that has, well, yeah. So that keeps me from staying asleep. But I realize that I can sleep as long as I want if I didn't have to get up all the time. So that
Hmm.
so that's a big boon. Um, but I still have the trouble with the sleep issue because getting up. But if I didn't have to get up, I would be sleeping for long hours and as long as I wanted to. So that's a big change. There's other things.
Shep, can I share something that I'm noticing with you?
What?
Even while you're on this call, from the first time I met you till now, you are speaking so much better. like words are coming faster to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Myasthenic well, not to name, I can't name names, I guess. The myasthenic, well, that issue involves nerves and the choline that comes down from the nerve to the muscles to tell them what to do.
Mhm.
Interferes with things if I get highly stressed. And I thank you for that observation. I guess I do have that going more regularly than
Yeah,
I
I
had some
think
real
so.
problems with it when I was there because I felt very stressed to say what I had to say quickly, and
Yeah.
anytime I get stressed, it really kind of attacks things. So that's nice. That's
Yeah.
a good deal.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you and your wife are on the patches and that you're getting great results.
Yeah,
So,
it really helped her get through what she's been going through right now.
mhm.
It's kind of receded, and there's no raw area from it.
Good, good. Yeah, shingles, with those viruses, they say you're always going to have them, but if we have the tools to give our bodies what it needs to fight them or put them in remission, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, well, thank you for sharing, and we'll continue on. If anybody at the end has any comments or questions, I'd love to. Um, we'll continue the questions and stuff. So
I'll say one more thing that
sure.
I um we'd like to. I don't want to take everybody else's time up, but I'd like to, before we get finished, I'd like to
Mhm.
have some help with trying to recover the uh that 500 that's in there. That that
Oh, from
we
sharing the
we don't have
patches.
any idea how to do that. So, and we
Oh, of
don't even know the
course.
website. That's it.
Okay.
I just don't have the presence of mind and stuff to do.
That's all right. That's
Right.
all right. I'll make sure you've got my number. So what he's talking about is that as we share this, and refer it to people and they go to our website, that LifeWave gives us, we can earn a little bit of commission. And so you have to set it up to be able to receive the commission. So that's what he's talking about. So cool. Well, let's move on and we'll get to the meat of the information. Although I think the testimonials are literally my favorite part, but we will continue moving on. If there's anybody new on the call, we'll share super briefly on how this technology works. Now, we all know that when we walk out into the sunlight and any part of our skin sees, or even our eyeballs, if we see sunlight, our body registers that light and starts creating vitamin D. So it doesn't mean that we have to have we don't have to be naked walking around there to get vitamin D for our whole body. It means if our hands and our face see the sunlight, our body creates vitamin D that goes through our whole system. So similarly, these patches work on that concept that we have photoreceptors in our skin. Phototherapy has been used for thousands of years. And you can see different infrared technologies, you can see lasers, you can see an infrared sauna. Beautiful. We know that light can heal. It can also be very, damaging, or can, we would want to point a laser at our eyes without knowing what we were doing, right? So it can be very powerful. Um, so these patches were developed 20 years ago for the US Navy SEALs. And the concept then was to help them burn fat as fuel, create more ATP, more energy, and help them be less reliant on amphetamines, which, obviously are a drug, and they were wanting to get them off of amphetamines and have them be athletic, be smart, have no downside to burning more calories. And this quickly went into the Olympic world. And if you're watching the Olympics, you'll see athletes wearing these patches. It has been in the athletic world for 20 years now. Again, there's no medicine going in this spot in your body. They enable your body to repair itself. Oops. So here you can see the different athletes. You can see Michael Phelps with his arms up. He's wearing the patches, and that's when he won those 5 Olympic gold medals in the 2008 Olympics, I think. And he got accused of doping. And then turns out when they did their research, they found out, nope, he's not doping. So that's pretty cool. So you see this sticker on the back of this lady's neck. That is one of our wearable patented phototherapy patches. What it does is it receives wavelengths of light. So our body heat is a form of light. It goes into the patch and gets reflected back and in a frequency that our body sees and goes, oh, I'm going to make copper peptide. In the case of X39, it makes GHK copper peptide. So these are a few of the changes that you can expect. And these are claims or statements based on studies. So in the first few days, you can reset 4,000 genes. You know, we only have a little over 21,000 genes in our body. In the first few days of wearing the X39 patch, you reset 4,000 of them to a younger state. Within 1 to 3 months, you have physical, mental, and emotional changes occur. There are 2 studies that I can claim that I've read about. One of them is below, and both of them happened within one of them happened in 8 weeks. Or 6 weeks, and it was a brain balancing study, and I'll show you pictures from that. It helped people's brains go from hot to normalized. But in 6 months, this one, there were 15 people in the study, and 14 out of the 15 of them lowered their cardiovascular age by an average of, this is 8 months after 6 months of use. So they got 6 months older and they were 8 months younger as far as cardiovascular biomarker age-wise. So we do have a website that we invite you to share with your friends and family. This is deep. There's a lot of information on this website, and that is startx39now.com. We also have another one that just came out. And again, remember, I'm using an older PowerPoint. Another one that is a little bit less, has less information on it. So if you go on information overload easily, or your friend does, there's another website called whathaveyouheard.com. And that's a little same information, but a little bit less heavy with what we're going to see next. We have studies. This is the beginning of the website, the power of the patch. There's a 2-minute video on how the light works, and there's a 3-minute video on how the patches work. And then there's all kinds of photos and information, and information about the 50 years of research on copper peptides. So this is a very rich site, rich with information. You see the clinical studies there. Now, I'm going to show you a few slides that give you information about what copper peptide does when it's in your body. So back in the 1970s, Dr. Lauren Picard discovered that copper was a key to reverse aging. Called it the fountain of youth. but it has to be a peptide form for our bodies to use it. And so that's what the X39 causes our body to make, GHK copper peptide. So these are some of the things that you can go on to PubMed and research, or you can read Dr. Harmon's book or Dr. Bacard's book about GHK if you really want to geek out about it. It's amazing stuff. GHK copper peptide, if you know anybody with lung concerns, it is amazing for health in your lungs. It is anti-fast growing cells. I'm sure you guys can put 2 and 2 together and know what that is. It is amazing. On this website, you'll see all of these different doctors and be introduced to these different doctors and what they say about the patches. And this doctor up here, Dr. Pamela, she is a doctor of acupuncture, and she says these stimulate the body like the needles in acupuncture. They stimulate the body with light, however. So this makes changes in the body. It triggers the cells to do what they were intended to do, or what they're supposed to do, with light without the needles. So I'm going to show you a few pictures of the patches or of the effects of what the patches have done. Again, remember, I can't claim that they heal anything, but I can show you pictures, and this is evidence of the GHK copper peptide going to work really quickly. Now, in this one, this is a beautiful 3 pictures, because the first one on the left is the one showing that you're a fresh surgery, and what happens with just time. The body heals, and that's the middle picture, a year later. Then the person discovered the patches, and a month later, look at the remodeling that it did on the scar. That's pretty cool. This little boy's finger was cut off in a little car door accident. His daddy scooped it up and put it in a baggie of ice and brought it to the hospital, and the surgeon refused to sew it back on. It took a lot of convincing and a few different surgeons. And they finally did agree to put the fingertip back on. And 2 months later, now granted, this little boy has a lot of stem cell activity, but 2 months, and he's got his fingernail, he's got his fingertip, and full feeling in that finger. This is a common thing that people will go get surgery for, or just grin and bear the pain. You see these pictures on the left with the dark bulgy spots pressing. Those are the discs pressing on the spinal cord. In this case, it's in somebody's neck. And this took some time. I'm not going to lie to you and say this is a quick fix, but this took some time. It took some chiropractic and wearing X39. And so, but that is something that doctors would say previously would be impossible. So again, here's another beautiful picture. I have an experience, though this doesn't look real. A lot of our friends or family can look at these pictures on this website and go, that doesn't look real. I don't know those people. Well, I can tell you, I'm gaining clients, chiropractors and people who work in chiropractic offices as clients. And up in the Marysville area, they were sharing with me an experience they had with IceWave. And they were doing the no, just a second. Okay, they were doing the IceWave for somebody's very lower back hip pain, back and hip. And so they put the IceWave on in a women's restroom somewhere in a restaurant, the 2 of them, and they literally heard her tailbone pop back into place. It went from a painful place to a non-painful place. And both of them heard it after the ice wave was placed and it was able to relax those muscles. I thought that was pretty incredible. So this gentleman right here, Dr. Harmon, is becoming a very good friend of mine, super incredible human being. He has an incredible story about using the patches. But here you can see just visually how the patches have had a reverse aging effect. He just turned 70, and I believe this picture was when he was probably 66 or so, and he looks younger now than he did then.
Cami, you gotta shift the slide to Dr. Harmon.
I've got to shift the slide. Oh, okay, just a second. I'll stop sharing and I'll try again. Thank you. Can you see Dr. Harmon
There
now?
you go. You got it.
Okay, cool. I'm not sure what happened, but it froze for a second. Okay, so this is my friend, Dr. Harmon. He has a pretty unique, wonderful story. His cardiovascular health, there was a significant issue called a right bundle branch block that was discovered, and through patching, and that's the only thing he can say that would explain the right bundle branch block going away completely, with the opinions of 2 cardiologists taking a look at his echocardiogram. So that's pretty significant. But you can just see, you can see inflammation and fatigue in somebody's face, and then you can see not only is their body, you can tell the body is feeling better, but you can see an improved mood, improvement, light. And this is my wonderful friend, Marcy. She was introduced to this patching technology. She received a gift of 10 patches at the lowest point in her life after double mastectomy, chemo, radiation, thought she was free of that stuff. And then she got news a few months later from her doctor saying that it was back with a vengeance and a nasty side order of skin cancer. She received 10 patches from her naturopathic doctor who just found out about them. And her body started to detox with using the patches, but also her mood improved. And so those are things that after reading Dr. Harmon's book about GHK copper peptide, those are real. Those are real things that GHK helps your body do. So here she is now. This picture is a year old, but she is doing better than ever. She looks younger than she did a few years ago. And she is living her best life. And she's shared this with over 100,000 people. We're part of those people. So this is just more evidence of these amazing patches helping the body return to the healthy balance that it was intended to be. So I have had the words autoimmune and different things thrown at me or thrown at my kids. And I know that some of those things are reversible. Now, I cannot claim that our patches do that, but I'm just showing you evidence that these people have had some pretty incredible results. So look at this. This is like 6 weeks, 7 weeks with the patches on the hair. Pretty incredible. And this lady down here, this men, I don't know if you know, this neck picture is called a décolleté, but this has been the results that I have noticed on myself. I wasn't this wrinkly, but I certainly have been enjoying healthy skin, the effects of really healthy skin. And I'm not too shy about seeing the sun. So I love my sunlight. And another benefit of the GHK copper peptide, it actually helps your body. And not improve from the effects, the negative effects of sunlight. So it's kind of cool. And there's different things you can do. I had a sty in my eye recently, and I went to bed with glutathione and carnosine on an eye mask, and I slept with them over my eye. And the next day, the sty was not gone in the morning, but it was by noon. So this is very intriguing to me. In research says that we lose at least 9,000 neurons per day. And it starts around age 30 and goes down from there. But we only form about 2,000 to 4,000 neurons per day in our, depending on how active we are, our metabolic rate, and how young we are. But with these patches, this is showing that we can do some pretty amazing things with our brain health. This was a study. This is a thermograph is from, I think that's the name, from a study that was done that included people, they were all older than 70, and they had in an assisted living facility, and they had brain health concerns and issues. And you can see this brain scan going from a very hot brain to a cooler and to what is a very balanced brain in 6 weeks. This 77-year-old woman happened to have memory issues, memory concerns. So that's pretty significant. Now, I'm not saying it took her memory concerns away, but when your brain is getting less inflamed and more blood flow, you better believe that's going to be helping her body. And these are a beautiful few photos of use of animals, or the patches on animals. These have been used in racehorses for years. Again, secret sauce on our athletes, right? Horses are athletes too. But I recommend that if you do have a pet, and especially if they're getting older, you can put your used patches on your dog's collar or on your animal's bridle or something like that. But again, it's 12 hours on for them and 12 hours off as well. But this is a beloved dog, family friend of Tracy. And this dog was going blind. And she was in conversation with her friend, this dog's owner, about using the patches for herself. And she's like, well, save your used patches and put them on Brutus's collar. And anyways, Tracy had no idea that Brutus had gone blind and was laying in his bed all day long because he was tired of bumping into things. And this is him a week later with brown eyes, and you can see his dark pupils coming back. So that's pretty significant. Super briefly, there's patching systems that we use to help for many different things. And this is a system that was developed by a doctor who was wanting to help her clients with their gut health. So glutathione is a patch that goes after germs, molds, viruses. It helps your body detox. And so that's incredible. It opens up pathways in your liver to detox. Eon causes your body to reduce an inflammation, just like Robert was sharing with us. When he didn't realize how much inflammation was in his body until he stopped using Eon, and then the pain and inflammation and swelling came back from his previous injuries. So Eon dials down inflammation. The SP6 really sends a signal to your thyroid, your pancreas, your kidneys, your intestines, and your hypothalamus of your brain. It helps your craving center of your brain and your autonomic nervous system, everything work better. And then, of course, the X39, that one signals your body to make that GHK copper peptide and thus release new healthy cells. And those cells go to where your body needs them. I had to take a drink of water. I'm not used to talking so much. So this is Dr. Velvet. She, in 18 days of doing that patching system, she took measurements all over her body. She wasn't intending for it to be a weight loss thing, but she didn't really lose a ton of weight. But you and I know that fat weighs more than muscle. I mean, weighs less than muscle. And so she literally reshaped her body. She lost 33 inches overall and a few pounds, which is great. But here's some of the side effects, positive side effects. She had increased in mental focus and a more balanced mood. And so these are the effects on Tracy's bonus daughter. And she went on the this system twice, 18 days. And she was obviously very, very inflamed. And our bodies tuck away toxins in our fat, and that becomes our protective layer. So when we can give our body permission to release the toxins, then and with that glutathione patch, our bodies start to go, oh, okay. We drink plenty of water to help those toxins flush out. It is revolutionary. So this company has been growing like crazy. Last year, I went to the convention for the first time, and there were 3,000 people at this convention. And this company is 20 years old, but it is one of the fastest growing network marketing companies in the world. And I think it's number 2, but it received a growth award this year. And so anyways, it's pretty amazing. This company is growing so fast. We actually topped out the convention list early on with over 7,000 attendees. So that's 2.5 times what went last year. So that to me is a sign of huge growth. So super briefly, we have the X39. That is our flagship patch that we recommend that everybody be on. And then the Eon as well. Those we call the dynamic duo. Everybody has inflammation at first, or stressful days, or it is the cause of many people's infirmities. And so when you can dial down inflammation naturally, more of the stem cells can go to repair the body. So we highly recommend, like Robert would, I'm sure, recommend that you start with X39 and Eon. You will get results if you just do X39, but you will get faster results and be more comfortable faster by using X39 and Eon. That's the beginnings of all of our different patches, but we usually start people with those 2, and then we have many more. So the X39 is the stem cell activation patch. X49 also happens to stimulate stem cells that are special to your brain, your heart, your muscles, and your bones. And it wasn't created to duplicate X39, and it doesn't, but it provides some EMF protection. So it turns out that copper helps your cells be protected from Wi-Fi, 5G, and all the electromagnetic fields that our bodies are subjected to now. And X39 and X49 in combination create what's called a Faraday cage around your cells. Then the rest we call support patches. So the support patches are Eon. IceWave is a beautiful patching system. You saw it on the lady with the scoliosis, the curvy back. She had a tan patch and a white patch. That's the IceWave system. And that, when you find the right placement on that, it literally blocks the pain message going from the pain point to the brain, and you really feel no pain or significantly less pain. Carnosine is an antioxidant. It is found in your brain and your heart, and it is super helpful for blood sugar issues, and muscles. So super helpful. It helps your brain detox from aluminum. Glutathione is incredibly powerful. That is your body's major antioxidant, and your liver makes it. And it opens up pathways in your liver and helps your body chelate or get rid of toxins, germs, viruses, molds. Like I said, I had a sty on my eye, and I used glutathione and carnosine overnight on my eye mask. And those two went to work in my eye. And the next day, by noon the next day, it was gone. Energy Enhancer is the original patch that was created 20 years ago. It is a 2-patch system, just like the Ice Wave, and that is what causes your body to burn fat as fuel. It signals the mitochondria to burn an extra 300 to 600 calories. Silent Nights causes your body to create melatonin. SP6 signals your body to stimulate your thyroid. It stimulates your pancreas back to normal activity. It is good for your kidneys. It's good for your hypothalamus. So if you have someone who has craving issues or hormone issues, SP6 is really, really good. And AccuLife is marketed towards animals. That is Ice Wave, but it is just packaged for animal use. So retail for these stem cell activation patches is $149 for a month supply. To me, that sounds like a screaming deal, considering the stem cell activity that you are activating in your body. But we love to help people get wholesale pricing. And wholesale for those ones would be $99 for a 30-day supply. All of the other patches that we talked about, and we don't have Alavita mentioned yet. Hopefully the Alavita is around here somewhere. It is one of my new favorite patches, and it is a support patch. It causes your body to make epithalamine, which is found in your brain. Your pineal gland makes it, and it is helpful for your skin, your cartilage, your collagen, and it has a hormone balancing effect, has an anti-cancer effect, although I'm not supposed to say that. And then see what else, so many good things. So Alavita is really great for your skin, and retail for all of those support patches for 1 pack is $79.95. And then if you buy 2 or more, or wholesale is $69. If you buy 2 or patches and you can mix and match, it's $59. If you buy 3 or more, and again, if you mix and match, you don't have to buy 3 of the same thing to get that $49 price. So Alavita is that patch that I was talking about that's really great for your skin. It also elongates your telomeres. We don't have time to talk about telomeres this evening, but it's a reverse aging. It's a sign of showing that your cells are getting younger by protecting your DNA. It reduces oxidative stress. And this, I tell you what, is a screaming deal. We have a beautiful day cream and a beautiful night cream, and they will give you 2 packs of Alavita, a 2-month supply, day cream and a night cream for $150. That is a screaming deal. The just came out this year is an eye cream in the Alavita skincare line. And that Alavita eye cream has copper peptides in it. And sometimes I pump out a little bit too much of this eye cream. And so I'll dab it over my lips, not so that I lick my lips and ingest it, but over like around the outside edge of my lips. And literally my niece was wondering if I was getting Botox because my lips are enjoying this product so much. So you don't have to stop here. You can invite your friends to this podcast every Tuesday, or you can invite them to our greater team is called Team Evolve. And there's something going on almost every night of the week. Tomorrow, there will be a patching party at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And that is Marcy or Linda Ty will be doing that as well. And she is, they bring your guests, they learn about the patches, and then you get together with your guest and help them build their pack. So that's what these are available to us. And then, sorry, again, this is an old slide. We're doing this call now at 6 p.m. And then we are inviting people to stay for questions at 7. So to get wholesale pricing, we didn't go through that. To get wholesale pricing, we offer people a wholesale pack. So either we have them pay $25 or we have them buy a silver pack, and that would be no fee, and all of that pricing goes to patches. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you build your pack and get your needs satisfied and help you on your way to better health. So does anybody have any questions or concerns? Robert, go
I
ahead.
just want to add something real quick. Obviously, you can tell in the way you talk. You can tell in the way I talk. Oh, she loves the Alavita and helps her sleep. But if you're on the patches, you know. If you're not, you can see when people tell their stories and they heal the passion and, energy that they have. So if you are, when you do get on them, you'll experience that. And that's like the only way, because people feel that nothing has ever made this change in my life. And now I feel amazing. So it's very easily to have energy and passion and emotion in it, and I always said, you're helping people. Everything that I've done, any business, she says, I've never seen you have the passion that you do with this because of the changes that it's made for me and seeing what it's doing for everybody else. So I just wanted to throw that in there. And Carnosine, you saw me at night. I was full of energy, social butterfly. I felt like it was amazing. Bill said, "Oh, you won't feel it. It's not like an energy thing. I'm high energy." So, well, I felt it, right? I was talking,
He was zinging. I'm just saying.
but it's amazing.
Well, we were in a room full of patched people too. I have a feeling that the more patched people that get together, the more energy there is in the room. So that's true. All right.
I have a
Go
question.
ahead, Jeff.
Which I was talking to Robert about this, but he says you got to stay on them for life. Is there a point when you don't have to use these if you're dealing with a specific thing and it takes care of it? Or does it come back when you stop using it?
The cellular activity will stay. Let's say that, like the little boy, for example, the little boy's finger healed,
Right.
He had full feeling in it and all of those things, right? And of course, he's young, he's got a lot of stem cell activity anyway. But as soon as you stop patching, the natural aging processes start again. So it's not going to reverse, it's not going to cut his finger back off. He's not going to lose feeling in that finger. He's just going to start the natural aging process, if that makes sense. So my friends who have been able to rebuild their thyroid activity, and no longer are on levothyroxine, now they don't, as soon as they stop doing the patches, they're not going to all of a sudden need levothyroxine again. It's just going to start the aging process again. So the people who start patching, so Dr. Stacy is an acquaintance of ours. Her podcast is at 5 p.m. on Tuesday evenings. I highly recommend it. She interviews some zingers. Like, if you want to hear some high, like very, very amazing stories, doctors telling their results and different things, athletes telling their results. She's got a wonderful show at 5 p.m. on Tuesday evenings. But she talks about, she doesn't want, she said, sure, you can take the patch off and stop patching whenever you want the aging process to start. Go ahead. It's not going to harm you. The patches don't harm you. They only help you. And you're not using up your resources, your cellular resources so fast that you can't, that the body will use them up too soon. So.
Well, the reason I was asking the question is going back to Robert, you know, had chronic pain, but then he stopped, and you mentioned that you started noticing the pain coming back. So that's why
chronic pain, and I'm still fairly new on the patches. One of the things is that I have a heavy labor intensive job, and I've always had. So if I was sitting at home at a desk job, I think my healing would accelerate greatly. But if you got hit in the face every day, it's gonna take your face longer to heal. Once you stop getting hit in the face, you'll heal. So I think when I get out of labor and stop putting that intense on my body, it's going to heal a lot faster. And remember, like the patches, it takes a month per decade you are old, your sign's coming down. Watch that.
So
but they do take time, and for me,
that's true.
Pain was my priority. So as it's helping me with that heal from my car accident, it's going to start helping with the other things. You know, like I said, the cells go to what you need most, and over time, it's gonna start healing other things. You know, people are still noticing, 18 months, 3 years, hey, they're still having changes. And we know it's not all gonna come in one day as much as we'd love to, but I've been gradually making progress, and pain has been my biggest priority. So
Right. It usually is when you're in chronic pain. You want that pain to go away. And sometimes it doesn't. I know that these patches go to work in order of life-threatening issues first. So that's why it's so effective on the lungs. So, it'll go in order of life-threatening to less life-threatening. So sorry if your ankle's in pain, and it may not get to your ankle first. It's going to go to your lungs. It's going to make sure you have your heart beating. It's going to make sure that your brain is functioning, and then get to painful issues, unless you're bleeding out somewhere or something, right? So it's not, we'd love to be able to tell the stem cells where to go, but we may not know that our liver is on the edge of cirrhosis or on the edge of not working or something, and so it may go to work there first. So that's why we get results, right? That's why the tracking form, you may not know exactly what's going on. And I know, and I hate to say that, but it's kind of esoteric when we want to measure things, but that's why we love having people, if they get their blood work done regularly, have them track it and see what's going on, at the blood level, or whatever's concerning you, because they never stop working. They just go do different things. You may not always need to use Eon. So I don't always use Eon every day. I don't have a lot of inflammation, but I will typically use X39 and X49 together. or I'll use Eon. Right now I'm doing the gut regeneration thing that uses the SP6, glutathione, and Eon. So I just kind of cycle through whatever the concerns are, or what goals I have for my health and wellness, and have at it. But you're not stuck in any way by using them. You just get to enjoy them, the benefits of them, the longer you do. Does anybody else have any questions? Suey, thank you for coming. It's nice to see you.
Oh, Jeff, just so you know why I'm so gung-ho about the longevity and the healing process, I've been completely cut open, like you saw in that picture, had exploratory surgery, and with seconds from not being here, along with 3 other near-death experiences. So somehow, by the grace of God, I'm here for a purpose on this planet. So, and in that sense, yeah, I'm looking to live longer, healthier, pain-free, and for the reasons that I'm almost not here and I'm happy to be. The longer I can be here, the healthier I can be, I'm all for it. You know, as a veteran, they have me on meds and other stuff, and I really am looking to get off all of that. But if it's, you know, would I trade the sleep apnea out for the pain? Absolutely not. I put the breathing on at night, and I'm okay until that heals, which planning eventually a lot of people had great success. But I'm happy, and honestly, Eon is known as the happy patch. And I've been a lot happier, better mood, smoother days, less stressed. You know, typically it wasn't like this, you know, before I started the patches. So it's been amazing.
Super.
Cool.
Does anybody have any questions about the patches or want to build a pack? Oh, Shep has a question or comment. You're muted, sir. Let's ask to unmute. There we go. Do you see the button?
There
you
we go. Okay. All right.
Yes.
I just thought to make a little observation here. As I mentioned, I'm 80. I started these couple months ago now, and so that's
Like 3 or 4, maybe 3
no,
months.
2 months, 3 months, whatever it was. Whatever, yeah, maybe you could tell me. When I started it, well, you know, as I mentioned, I have all these issues, and it's kind of getting into me right now with my trying to be quick here. Anyway, so being 80, they say they're talking about using the patches for 1 month per decade. Is that right? I got like 6 months to go here before I start to see much of anything. But I've seen I did put on the energy, and I did at first I was at the end of the day I said, man, I must have felt something. And the next day I put them on, I was like, you know, shock zone. And so I did have some good results with that. I have trouble with the sleep issues and stuff, so I'm not getting them on consistently all the time. I'm trying to get that ironed out, but I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that I'm looking at 8 months down the road before I see much, especially with all of the issues that I have. There's probably 10, 12 issues. And I guess I could list the issues, right? Without saying,
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got ankylosing spondylitis, which freezes up your spine. If you've ever seen a little old lady bent over walking down with a cane, that's ankylosing spondylitis. Parasites get in there, and I did a lot of stuff. Anyway, the myasthenia gravis, which, as I mentioned, attacks the choline that falls from the nerve onto the muscle tissue to tell it what to do, causes a lot of stuttering and all kinds of things. So many things I can't remember anymore. what do you call it, when you have, muscle, complete muscle,
Loss,
huh?
a loss of muscle?
Lord, Pat locked
that's
out
okay.
here, so I can't get her to give me help remember these. Anyway, I have probably 8, 10, 12 different things.
Mhm.
And so I don't know if it can go through all those things till I can start feeling everything, but it's going to be an interesting experience. But with what I've felt from it so far, it's been pretty astounding, and I'm not about to give it up. And so that's kind of in answer. What's this gentleman's name in the with the
Jeff?
person here? That's kind of along the lines of what you were asking, etc. And I have always wondered that too. Is there an end point with any of this, that sort of thing? But I think it's one of the main motivation for telling somebody about it is helping them. I'm a horrible salesperson, but maybe just the idea of maybe I can be of help to somebody. But in addition to that, it can possibly help you pay for your patches, and as you do that. So that's basically what I was going to say.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for that, yeah.
Yay.